6:34 now. Time for the Chris Moyles Show.
Morning, everybody.
Hello.
Well, what a very bizarre morning to be waking up today. You may already know, most people will know, but if you just woke up at 6:30 this morning, the news is Michael Jackson has died. I'm very, very shocked by it. I'm very surprised at my reaction to the whole thing. I think probably because in my lifetime, this is, certainly music and entertainment-wise, he was a massive star.
Yeah.
I don't remember the John Lennon death. I was too young. And I'm kind of trying to think, this is probably the biggest, kind of surprise showbiz death of an entertainment figure, I think. That I've probably experienced. That kind of meant anything to me. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think you're right.
If there's anyone, I can't think I'm not being callous, but I'm just, I think it's without sounding over the top, and I'm sure people will get a little bit carried away, but, to a generation, he was their Elvis Presley. I don't remember Elvis Presley. I wasn't born. I'm only 24. And
that's right.
Well, sure. I think it's and the way that the news was released, that it was kind of trickling out. Some people were saying he died last night. Some people say that he was in a coma. Some people said he'd been rushed to hospital. There's no confirmed guarantees of what the story was. So there's kind of a lot of rumours flying around, very similar to how the news of Elvis dying came out.
So how did it unfold for you? Because I was in bed early last night.
Right. Well, I knew you would. I knew you and Dom would be in bed.
Yeah, I was in bed. Not with Dave, but yeah.
Sure.
I literally found out this morning as I walked into work.
So here's what happened to me. By the way, I just noticed myself on the webcam. I got to bed very late last night. I'm all ready to go to bed at a kind of early-ish time of 11. Me and Alan were on the phone at midnight.
I had an hour and a half
Did you really?
of sleep.
I think I fell asleep just after 1. So here's what happened to me last night. Watching TV. I was watching the Homeless show.
With
I saw about that.
Yeah.
I watched both shows last night, and that finished, and I thought, you know what? I'll watch 5 minutes of Big Brother. I'm going to bed. Sophie was out. I was on my own. My friend Tim sends me a text saying, oh my God, Michael Jackson might have died. Put on the news channel. So I go to Sky News.
What time's this then?
This is about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Maybe just before 11. So I'm trying to work out again what's going on, because Sky News at that point was saying that this website, TMZ, had reported the death. But what often happens in news and in stories like this is people may report somebody else saying it.
Yeah.
So Sky never said it at that point. They were saying somebody else had said it. So I flick over to Fox News, the American news channel, and they're absolutely not saying it. They're saying he's been rushed to hospital. Then I'm flicking back to the BBC, and I was just channel hopping for about 5-6 minutes. And then Al calls me, and we got talking about it, and Alan's like a big, as regular listeners will know, Alan's like a huge Michael Jackson fan. He can do the moonwalk and everything, and has done on several occasions.
On stage.
Yeah, even when he hasn't been asked to do it, he'll do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so Alan was like all shocked, and we were kind of saying, well, you know, oh, maybe it's not true, or maybe it's whatever. And anyway, so it turns out it is true. Michael Jackson has died, 50 years old, which is no age. And I heard from a few friends last night in the text, and obviously like Rob DJ sent me a text saying Michael Jackson's died. No, really put the news on, because you get a text like that and you go, right, what's the joke? It just sounds like one of those jokes. I got a text from somebody who used to work at Radio 1, who shall remain nameless, who went, the text just said, just in case you haven't heard, love, Jacko's dead. And you just go, do you know what? That's just as well I was watching the news, because I'd be like that. Jacko? Who's it? What?
Nice
I would never have thought Michael Jackson.
A sensitive way of breaking the
isn't
news
it?
there.
Well, because I too, Jane was out last night, so I was in bed early. I didn't hear anything, and then normally I drive into work, and this morning I got a car in for reasons that are dull. But anyway, so I'm in the car.
Gotta get those perks in while we can, you know?
Jane had driven in and left the car in town. Anyway, by the by, so the taxi driver picks me up this morning, and I'm a bit groggy, and so as we're driving away into town, he goes, so you work at Radio 1 then, do you? And I was like, yeah. He goes, so it's going to be all Michael Jackson records, is it? And I didn't understand the significance. I hadn't heard any, and I was a bit like, oh yeah, something like that. Yeah,
you're a little out of date. You haven't had a decent hit record since '95.
And I just thought, what an odd thing to say. It was a bit like, but he could have said anything. I was like, yeah, something like that, and didn't know anything until literally I walked in the building and I saw Ben, who's the boss of all the online stuff.
Yeah,
and he goes, "Have you seen the news?" And there's a screen in our reception, and there it was on Sky.